3D Large Wintery Bow Acrylic Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish.
Hello everybody, in today's video I have a very large bow that is blue, and then the nail is a really pretty blue flaky glitter, and then it has some little silver lines coming down and some silver rhinestones on it. It is very wintry and very, I don't know, it looks almost like an icicle in the background, so I absolutely love it. I hope you guys like it as much as I do, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well.
I'm going to begin with an overlay of a very pale glittery blue acrylic. So this is kind of a milky blue. It's sort of like a blue hint. It's, when you look at it, you might almost think just white, but it does have an ever so slight blue hue to it. And it's got a gorgeous mix of glitters inside of it, some flaky, some hexagon, little sparkly ones, all sorts of stuff. Just kind of reminds me of the craziness and the uniqueness of a snowfall. So just apply that over the top of the entire nail, and then I'm going to be encasing it with a layer of clear acrylic to make sure it is nice and strong. Especially being that this is a stiletto, that tip needs to make sure that it is fully encased so it's not going to be so fragile that it could break. Just apply that next layer over the top of it and keep working your way up the nail. Different people have different strategies of applying acrylic. For me, I like to do it a lot of times piece by piece instead of trying to work with one single bead and apply it over the top of the entire nail. Depending on the day, sometimes I do that, especially if it's a smaller nail, but typically I like to sort of build the nail up from the tip going towards the cuticle. And I'm going to be filing the nail into shape with my e-file, starting out with a coarse bit to remove any bulk and just sort of clean up the edges, especially if you are doing the technique that I use where you do several different beads of acrylic. You will have some lumps just from the start and the stop of each one, and that's not necessarily inevitable, but it does happen oftentimes. So a nice coarse bit to smooth those out is definitely a help. Then I'm going to be applying a coat of Madame Glam's metallic base coat over the entire nail and curing that. Then using their metallic silver base, I'm going to paint stripes going down the nail. So you don't have to use, if you have a different, like I know Neo Nails has their liquid aluminum. If you have a product like that, that's something else that you could use. But I find that Madame Glam's, that metallic silver base is fantastic. So just apply that and then wait about 30 seconds and then cure it. And you will have perfectly metallic little stripes down the nail. Apply a layer of gel sealer over the nail and then cure that again. So now I'm going to be sculpting the two loops of my bow with a darker blue color of acrylic. And you would have to use blue. I mean, you can use whatever colors you want. If you did want this to be more Christmassy, and by the way, guys, everybody, Merry Christmas, you could certainly do a red or a green bow. It is getting awfully close, though, to Christmas, so you may not have time, but, next year or whenever you happen to be watching this. So create your two shapes of the two pieces of your bow. So you want them to be as close to symmetrical as you can. Obviously, we're people, and symmetry is something that is very hard to create. So do your best. And then once you have them and they start to turn matte and set up, just gently fold them in half with your brush. You kind of use the tip of your brush to form them until you're happy with their shape. Repeat with the second one. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit and was a little hasty that first time. Wait a few more seconds and try again. Having a little bit of monomer on your brush may help you if you need it. Fold that in half, the same thing, fix it up with the tip of your brush, and then glue the two sides of the bow together on the nail with just a little bit of nail glue, just like so. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to use more of my blue acrylic and add the very center of my bow. So just sort of clean up the middle of it and hide those two ends so that they aren't visible anymore. And then with a little bit of nail glue or jewelry gel, whichever you prefer, I'm going to be adding some rhinestones coming down on those silver lines. So I used a mix of silver and AB crystals, and I'm going to be just attaching them here and there, different sizes, and making it kind of look like it's snowing from the bow. This is such a simple design that it's so elegant, it's so pretty, and it makes me really want it on my nails quite desperately. So I may have to do something like this at some point on myself. I hope you guys like this as much as I do. I know that it's a quick little final tutorial, but I wanted to make one on the 24th that wasn't something overly Christmassy, but definitely wintry. So I hope you guys love it as much as I do, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!